for that matter, potentially with these picks.
Ooh, Brewmaster. Interesting.
So not an easy hero to burst down and have a longer road if they hope to have the easier opponents going into the single elimination bracket. And with that, we enter the Fields of Dota.
This is a pretty cool approach too. Like the Panda gives him a lot of different options. Obviously, with the Dispel, I think that's one of the bigger ones. Being able to dispel the roots on like his teammates and stuff like that, and being able to.
Can you dispel the living armor?
Yes, okay. Yes, you can. Cool. The only one I'm pretty sure you can as well is I think you can dispel Mirana ulti as well. I'm like 90% sure, but someone will definitely correct me soon, so that's fine.
You can't dispel Astral, right?
No.
That would be amazing.
That would look so weird too, right?
Come back here
Bottom
from
lane,
another
though, right away. They're making an aggressive move. They've got Beatles leveled up. They've got the charge in Arteezy, but that should be it. They shouldn't really be able to catch after that without an arrow follow-up.
Did have to commit an early Stormhammer, but it's early enough he can probably even walk back to the base if he needs to get that mana back.
Yeah, they can just tether him and walk back for
sure.
And
that's what he'll do. So they do secure the bottom rune with this. Maybe even go for the double rune grab. Complexity did get both in game number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Less important with the Alk not being in the picture, but still would be a nice little boon for them. EG's level 1. It's 3 melee heroes. I don't really see them being able to do anything to this Weaver if he wants to run in.
Arteezy already with one last hit from killing the Beetle too, so a little bit of a gold advantage for going for him.
Oh yeah, game-changing
play. But no, both teams put down a lane ward in the mid lane, and EG actually believes that they put one on the offensive side on the hill, so Zai puts down a Sentry. Wow, they're actually super emphasizing on this mid lane, putting 2 obs in the river, 1 obs in the river and 1 on the mid lane to kind of just watch this.
This was the anti-Spirit Breaker, anti-Mirana.
Yep.
You've got 2 heroes that can descend on mid, and what better hero to deal with that aggression probably than a Juggernaut? Arrow, if he's patient, should be a good way to deal with the aggression. Though level 1, he's already gone for Blade Dance. They're not sending the Mirana there just yet.
Yep, he's just looking for a creep to arrow, but Crit is there in his face. Not going to let him do that just yet. Bottom lane Monkeys should be able to get a decent amount of experience too, just versus this dual lane. He's able to just kind of stand in the front because Sven, Wisp, there's no real way that they can just straight up zone a Spirit Breaker. He's able to do quite well there. So this is just going to be depending on how the mid lane matchup kind of goes off for the most part and how this top lane matchup goes with the Train kind of just punching this Panda.
You know, battle of the Bruisers up top with now Ogre joining that Brewmaster. You still have the tree there to give him an angry fist or two.
EG doing it. This is a really good situation that happened for EG here, though. They pushed up the bottom lane in the bottom, and they pulled aside. So Spirit Breaker, even though he was going to get a huge creep wave advantage coming into him, he does get that pull to block him out. Oh, that Saber Blast actually hurting some Monkeys a lot, getting stunned up.
Well, it's a tri-lane now. Apparently the creeps bleed blue. Z-Freak did arrow one of the big amps mid. Now he's moving over towards bottom. He could potentially set something up here. Arteezy's low. Zai fairly low. They're pretty much out of mana, though. Zai could clarity up, and he's going to start that. Z-Freak moving in. Does get hit by the Satyr again. Man, this thing really hates Complexity, does it not? They move in, looking for a bash follow-up. He'll get it, too. Creep still blocking the path. Z-Freak patiently waiting. Not going to go in the end, but he will pressure the lane. He will then kill that pesky Satyr. I think it's running out of mana at this point. But we'll get himself some gold, some experience, and this is a good way to pressure the Sven as well. Limit his stacks.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely very good for them to move that too. And now Spirit Breaker even pulls the side camp, so denying some farm from Arteezy there, but he's going to walk over and just kind of hit it a bit. But yeah, Z-Freak just kind of be running around the map all over the place. Now he's going to move toward the mid lane. Sumail pretty much can't really use Blade Fury in an aggressive position to put the lane out, just because of the potential of them being able to turn on him. Top lane. Crit, under some pressure.
Making a dive, but this is a tanky lane, and you already see the point in Drunken Haze. Deal with Moose, auto-attack harass a little bit. This is a nice way to deal with Geminate. A big wave, that's a lot of experience coming in for Universe.
Yeah, Crit does the smart thing too. He leaves the lane just to give Universe as much as possible because it's a Panda. Panda needs a pretty decent start in this type of match, just because of the nature of the hero. You need to get your levels, you need to get your 6 as early as possible. Getting a lot of pressure though by Moo. Just getting right-clicked heavily. Who does have a Shukuchi and some bugs, but he doesn't have the Geminate attack to get those double attacks on him.
Yeah, I don't know how useful it is against all this evasion. It's certainly not over the Shukuchi.
Yeah, I think this is probably the better approach by Crit. Just follow Z-Freak around, make sure he's not able to do these like clean rotations. Just mess with him a bit.
They're leeching a lot of experience. It's going to be 3 heroes emerging into this lane rather quickly, but Zai getting forced back. bullied by the auto tech. Z-Freak went for the early boots. He does leap out. Really good timing there. Now going to follow up with the arrow. Nails Arteezy, but Ogre arrives, and all of a sudden it's Monkeys who wants to run. He's pretty tanky, but the blocks are there from Crit. Monkeys in danger. Into the trees he goes. He'll have a charge fairly soon, but the move speed a little bit more. No, it's the living armor to save the day. He charges out past the wave to the rage creep, up and out of there.
He's got his stun.
They still have the stun, and with that, one more auto attack. The arrow just a bit too late. Almost made it out. A big commitment, but they do get the first blood in Spirit Breaker.
A little bit over-aggressive there, but with the tree armor, I guess they thought they might be able to make something happen with it. But yeah, nice rotation there from Crit, following Z-Freak around as he should be.
Good thing is for Sumail, whenever he sees that action, he can immediately Blade Fury mid.
Yep.
So he gets some extra farm. He's right there with Cancel on the OD, doing much better in CS this game.
Yeah, for sure. The one like, good thing for EG2 is that, or another good thing for EG is that they're obviously able to constantly drunken haze up on Moo, so it does mess with his last hitting a bit. So he is under the pressure a little bit on that. He is falling over slightly behind the Sven with already the dust up on the Ogre, and now Cancel. Sumail's trying to bait an Astral. He does, and this could be the go time for EG. They have
look at that recognition by Cancel, up and away to the top ramp.
Instant reaction.
Beautifully played.
Yep. Swindle now getting his timing there. He sees like the movement there by EG, goes up and puts two very aggressive wards on the side of the Ancients, just able to watch whenever Arteezy's walking to the Ancients, whenever he's making any move toward there, even blocking the Ancients to a Dissension on top. But EG, they see the opportunity to just push the towers down with their massive 5-man with Bloodlust, Tether, and Healing Ward whenever they want to use it.
Uh-oh.
Z-Freak.
Z-Freak, a rare whiff there on the pounce. He is going to try to go in biz. They spin onto him. Removing the living armor, he will be banished. Dust committed through this, but I believe Mirana might have a chance. No, never mind that. It's going to get the Starfall off. We'll go down. D now being pursued. The boats come through. Will there be follow-up? Move committing up to Zai. Really wants to bring him down. Good over go. Where's the combo? They need the OD to come in and drop the hammer. He doesn't have much stolen in. Very ineffective fight. And now the Brew Split looking for another. They'll stall that tornado. Stun follow from Arteezy. Likely another kill. 2 will drop. But DG just plunging forward down the mid lane. This is the downside to the support picks here for Complexity is they just don't have much team fight damage, Giannis, especially if Mirana dies like that.
Yeah, they really need to, like, the only way they really get, like, a full team fight is just, like, getting a massive overgrowth when Cancel already has, like, a good amount of int stolen with the Arcane Orb, but it's very hard for them to fight.
They look to engage here. Complexity getting hesitant, and while they hesitate, EG seizing the moment, but there's the overgrowth. Will there be follow-up? Swindle's focus, brought down first. The charge comes through. The 4-hero pile-up with the Swarm, but do they have the damage? The Warcry making everyone very tanky. Even an arrow under Arteezy. Can they focus him down? Zai is there trying to save him. The relocate a bit too late. They will lose their spend. They're likely to lose Crit as well. This is the kind of fight that Complexity wanted. This is the kind of fight they needed. Universe now being charged, goes for the clap, doesn't have mana for the split. The arrow's gonna connect. Z-Break slams it home, make it 3, it could be 4, and Zai rejoins the fight. Complexity, a huge win for them already, and make it the 4-hero pile up indeed. They'll find all the kills. It was so close to going differently. Almost got the relocate save, almost got the Brew split off, but none of it happens.
Yeah, they weren't able to get this Panda split off. They weren't able to really get anything up from Arteezy. Beautiful arrows coming in from Z-Freak, just pretty much winning the fight for them single-handedly because of that. Monkeys as well, acting as that frontliner, charging through, getting 4 heroes into the bash after the charge after the overgrowth. So very nice teamwork coming out for Complexity. But EG, they still have that Panda split, they still have the spell that they want to fight.
They move on to Z-Freak first and foremost, but he manages to leap away. The banish though almost helping as EG will get to reset around him. They begin to engage. Monkeys though with a good charge through. The living armor making the difference, keeps him alive. Arteezy, well, already the Brewmaster down, and he's not able to hit anyone. And even though he's empowered with the God Strength, they can reset here after the banish. Z-Freak, arrow pulling down. You know, Blade Fury could allow for a big one. Really find the angle. They're going to banish, charge. Not the perfect teamwork, but if the arrow connects, likely a kill. There is no relocate save. Sumail being focused down. Moo will get the kill. Now they're bashing Arteezy back with the Nether Strike, and the orbs coming in. Complexity is heating up on Design next, mauling the ball of light. They kill him off 2. First it was 4, and this time it's going to be 5. And Ultra for Moo. Complexity steamrolling forward. from the depths of despair down. Oh, should cool down by the time they get to the pit. And they sprint on with Bloodlust.
Doesn't look like they're going to make it, though. It's dying really fast with Arcane Orb with the minus armor coming from the Swarm.
OD still a pretty damn good hero.
Yeah.
And Z-Freak in position. He's got the Ags now. Could set this one up with an arrow. Roshan complete. EG still storming in. They've got the high ground advantage. Moonlight Shadow committed. Blink into the pit. Arteezy off the mark with that one. Do they look for the turnaround now? Blade Fury early by Sumail. He's getting hesitant. Charge gets canceled. Everybody getting cold feet in this fight as the stun goes out on the cancel. But remember, he's the Aegis bearer. Arrow committed. It hits crit. Is that the best target? Not really sure about that. Monkeys forever is being focused down. Sumail will come off with Bloodlust auto tech. Now the overgrowth swindles trying to negate the Brewmaster's foot as much as possible. Z-Freak could be the secret damage dealer. Cancel will have a second life to work with, but they're hounding this Mirana out of the pit. She leaps up and away. This isolates in turn Cancel as they continue pursuit. Sumail's starting to work on him. They commit a dust. Now that's just the Aegis. Now they got to kill him off again, but they're down 2. Make it 3 as he comes back. They'll try to re-engage. All the cores are alive though, and Moo on the chase. Z-Freak deep cooling down. They can chase this. Hammer gets dropped. Look for a bit more. Warcry and a scramble back as Arteezy gets scouted out by the pesky little bug. They isolate him. They're going to follow this up with an arrow. They'll kill him off 2. Arteezy dead as well. That's 3. They did pop the Aegis. They get 2 supports. They hemorrhage quite a few kills in their own right.
Yeah, the nice thing there for Complexity is definitely like having the Aegis there. Moon now finishing up the link is going to give them a lot more potential there. But whenever it seems like they get monkeys in a bad position, it's like when it looks like the fight's going to be going in EG's factor. The reason Complexity wins is obviously because of the Aegis, but yeah, like EG's just like with Panda split off, it makes their fight like obviously so much better. And now the next stage with the wraparound
move by Cancel. Invis coming in from behind. Has to be careful about sentries because they do have the Mirana, so EG might have planted some down. There is one, but it's kind of close to the tower.
Oh, they see
Cancel now. Getting revealed, he's going to self-banish. The team has to scramble to back him up. They will have an overgrowth. They can try. The Hurricane pikes himself backwards towards safety, but doesn't quite get over the tree line where an Omni Slash isolates together with the multicast. He's down very early in the fight. BKB Arteezy, the overgrowth there. Arrow pierces the heart of his eye, will bring him down. And now EG starting to work with Arteezy there, but he's getting plenty of it. The Starstorm's coming in hotter and heavier as Arteezy has to turn tail and run. Crit also for dear life trying to limp away. Tree even hitting that ogre. Not very effective at this stage with the armor he has, but they do successfully hang on and force the buyback. So it's a 1-for-1 carry trade. The Mirana also dying kind of makes it a 2-for-1, but with the buyback, EG do win the fight. But with that said, we're going to see a long period where no Panda drop a ward right next to the shop and then just leap in. That was a big play. They made a lot in game 2. Not going to happen just yet. They'll move in position. Now they're going to start this off. They do manage to break the Liquid Sphere. Chain's trying to focus him down as he could have buyback and re-time-lapse into the fight. He will do so. Time-lapsing in from the rear, immediately coming to work with the bugs. Brains down Zai, the charge on the crit, focusing him down too. Brew never got off the split. Without his control, they might not have a chance in this fight though. Sumail and Arteezy combining nicely. Diffusal blade there. Now Sumail needs to run away. He gets purged. He's being focused. He purges off the purge. The counter purge indeed. Only Kevin, we're casting this game. Now Arteezy focused down. He will fall. That's 4. Great buyback there by Moon.
Yeah, that was excellent buyback there. They even knew that EG was there, but they didn't think that Moo would actually get like bursted in that like quick manner. And yeah, look at that. Look at 1 gold. Okay.
-2 to -1. Everybody loses.
I've actually never seen something like that.
That's crazy.
Actually, super bizarre. But yeah, that was a sick buyback for Moo. And they even obviously like the reason that they win that fight so handedly is because they isolate Universe as well and don't let him get that Panda split off. I didn't really see what happened. Maybe did he get arrowed?
The Brew?
Or did he just get Spirit? Spirit Breaker is pretty much on top of him in the air, so I think he
committed, so he can just instantly rejoin the fight. The buyback time-lapse play.
Yep.
So they got the benefit of the swarm. They committed a lot just to break the Lincoln Sphere and then kill him as Cancel will move in. This is going to prompt a Bruce, but they better get something done with this crit. Tangy the bugs now. That's charged through by Monkeys. Great way to deal with those Panda aspects. So far being largely negated in this fight. Cancel now moving forward. Moves in pretty deep. Now got a time-lapse back out. Arteezy's blown the God Strength. Has the BKB. The God Strength still quite a bit of time left on it. Omni Slash coming through. Not getting a heck of a lot as they overgrow through this. Leaping forward with Z-Freak, but the BKB now committed. Good patience by Arteezy. Wants to bring down Cancel, but again, the kiting of the Astral Frigate Imprisonment. He survives this. They get 3 more kills, and they're going high ground. There's no BKB on spend. There's no Brewmaster split. There's no God Strength, and then they're -3 heroes. So basically, it's a 5v0 right now. This is going to be at least 1 lane, Yannis, maybe more.
Yeah, definitely at least 1. They can maybe even make the move into the bottom lane to at least get a tower, but going for 2 racks, it might be a little bit greedy, but they could maybe do it. Does Sumail have buyback? He does not. Does Ogre? No. Wisp? No. No one actually has buyback. They might just have to force one of their heroes to just go in and die, and then just buy back afterwards to make sure they don't lose 2 Raxes, because this 2 Raxes is pretty hard to come back from.
Well, everyone counted out Complexity, I think, or at least the vast majority. Certainly you and I didn't have a whole lot of faith in them. Even after Game 2, you just look at EG's results and have to say they're favored. But Complexity battling back, great adjustments in the draft. The OD has been massive for them in both of these games. This game they haven't won yet, but it is looking real bleak for EG.
Yeah, cancel and move, both like having great position in these fights, but Z-Freak's arrows.
The Sven being controlled largely by that.
Monkeys, you're in a spot where you might just go down here. They have the Moonlight Shadow, do they have detection for him? They do, they have a Dust on side.
One last swing of that hammer will get the kill. Just a bit too quick to die. They could have turned, but Cancel's going to set up. They have buyback on Spearbreaker. Arrow coming through. Long duration stun on the least important hero at this stage. Sumail just sees this, and he comes rushing in. Swindle's there. Hanging back for now. They're going to commit a lot on this OD. Buyback now for the Spearbreaker as Move's being focused, but he's just going to time-lapse it off. Live for now, and they get the Lotus Orb reflected. Summon Arteezy Peak, and he's to dodge it. Then the Overgrowth comes through. Gets to work with that big hammer. Moove doesn't have time-lapse. Has to be careful. Being focused. Chain stun brought down by the crits. That's a dieback on the Spearbreaker. Now they can look for a third kill. They've also killed off the Weaver, who doesn't have buyback. They've gotten one late, but they've got to be careful not to give up one turn. Z-Freak with the Lotus Orb used defensively, and now focusing on the OD, they bring him down. Or actually, no, he survived for the time being. That's the gauges. Now they bring him down. But can they kill him a second time? That's the question. Shiva's guard committed. Swindle's coming back into the fray. Drops the hammer. Unloads it. Not enough just yet for the living armor. The Lotus Orb. The pushback is still surviving. It's a triple. It's an ultra kill. OD devours all. GG.
Wow. Complexity?
It's happening.